Welcome to Fun Time Travel. Today we're sharing 10 tips that'll help you as a new cruiser or an experienced cruiser. I think no matter how much you cruise, you can always pick up new things that'll make it more fun. And you may not have heard of all of these, or maybe you just haven't tried them. We don't always do all of these that we're going to share, but there are times when they've all come in handy. So let's get right into it.
Number 1, join a roll call. What we mean by this is you can join a Facebook group or join on Cruise Critic. These come in super handy, and if you're a new cruiser or you're cruising alone, very handy. Yeah. You can learn about the ship or cruise lines if you've never sailed these, and honestly, these have really given us a lot of information.
They really have, especially like on our first cruise when we didn't know really anything. And then every time we've cruised on a different ship, we always jump into a group or Cruise Critic and, kind of follow through. Listen, there's all kinds of information. Sometimes you have to pick through it, but it's so useful. And a lot of times there'll be a meetup where maybe you're a really social person, or maybe you're sailing alone, or maybe it's the first time and you don't know anybody. Sometimes it's fun to go on and just explore by yourself. Other times it's great to go on and you want to meet some folks where you can make some fun new friends. Or
you can at least see where the meetup's going to be if you're not a social person. You can stay away from that.
There's that too. Another thing that can be really helpful is you might be able to find out about some of the excursions by talking to people. Or maybe you'll find a group to join you on a group excursion. Sometimes you can book like a fishing charter or something, and it takes 4 people. Well, you've only got one person you want to go, but you can grab a couple of people from this roll call and cut down on that cost. So it can be super helpful.
Right. Number 2, take a portable fan. Especially me, I find this one super helpful. You can ask for fans, but many cruise lines are trying to get away from loaning out their fans. We actually bought a USB powered fan, and it can run for up to 8 hours at a time, and then we just plug it in during the day, like when we're out of the cabin and stuff. But it's great to have a little air movement right by the bed at night. And even like if you have a balcony, a balcony room, sometimes those things get hot.
Yeah, they
no
do.
matter how high you've got the air conditioner.
Or they feel a little stuffy sometimes, so it just helps. Hey, thanks for watching our video. We'd really appreciate it if you'd hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos.
And for more tips and tricks and cruising information, please check us out on our other channel, Sandy Sun Travel.
And if you're looking to plan a cruise or any other vacation, head on over to sandysuntravel.com where we can help you plan your dream vacation. Plus, if you're feeling lucky, you can scroll down the page to a spot where you can enter to win a dream vacation. So number 3, skip a port. This might seem counterintuitive, but it's kind of a fun way to enjoy the ship when it's almost empty. You might have a hot tub all to yourself, which is super rare.
Very rare.
You might have the pool all to yourself.
Very, very rare.
Very rare. And quite often, if you're a person who does the salon or the spa, they'll offer deals on those port days to entice you. Also, if you're a kid or a big kid at heart, the water park isn't as busy, but you get to go down the water slides by yourself. And I've heard it's a lot of fun.
Well, we don't recommend this in every port, obviously, but because obviously a lot of them are just too fun. There's too many things to do, but it's something to think about. While lots of new cruisers probably want to see every port, this is actually a great way to enjoy some of those huge ships with a smaller crowd, especially those newer big ships.
Yeah, there's so much to see, and when they're crowded and full, it's
hard to do anything.
It's hard. Yeah, absolutely. All right, number 4. Keep a cruise box. Well, what do we mean by this? Well, we have a box in our closet where we keep all of our cruise essentials. That USB fan Melissa talked about. We have magnets that we put stuff on the walls, luggage tags, lanyards, and so on. Just, just all kinds of random stuff. Snorkel mask. We just stick it in there, and then when it's time to start packing, you just yank it out of there, and it's just great because it's in a central spot. Yeah. You just go through it real quick, put it in the suitcase, and it saves time. Plus, it's not strewn all over the house,
Number 5, add a day. Fly in a day early or leave a day late, especially now with flight changes being so common.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just kind of smart. It eliminates the risk of a late flight or a canceled flight. Also keeps you from being tired from an early morning flight.
If you're flying in on the day of a cruise, you get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. By the time you get to the ship, you're like, it's nap time.
Right.
And you don't want to do that. I mean, every day of that cruise is just so valuable, right? It can also give you a chance to tour that either, the debarkation on debarkation day, or to tour the port on embarkation day or the day before. You can spend some time, and if you've got the vacation time, you can just stretch your cruise just a little longer. Flying out a day late gives you a chance to relax on that debarkation day, because you got to be off the boat by 8. You're running around, and sometimes, fact is, debarkation can be delayed and cause you to change or miss a flight. And why do you want all that stress on the end of a cruise that was probably amazing? Number 6, get the details. Now, I'm a detail guy, but I'm telling you, it's really important that you get the details. Spend some time on that cruise line website, checking out the ship, the deck plans. Go through some of the frequently asked questions to make sure you know what to pack, what not to pack. It'll help you get a feel for the ship if you go through those deck plans. You can check out the stuff that's offered on board, find that favorite restaurant or potential favorite restaurant, so you'll have an idea what you want to do, some of the different things.
Yeah. You can check out your ports. A great way to start is to look at the excursions that you can book through the cruise lines.
Right.
You don't have to book with them, but it'll give you a better feel for the port and what is available. Right. Number 7, here's an easy snack idea for kids or adults.
Or adults, yeah.
Take snack bags or, Ziploc baggies. Let the kids or you grab a couple snacks from the buffet to take back to your room. You can store them in the fridge for a little snacking during your downtime, or maybe even when you're getting ready for dinner.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. If you're sitting out on the balcony in the afternoon or something, you're like, ooh, I could use a cookie. Well, you don't have to go running down to the buffet. You can just grab one out of the little fridge there. Yeah. Enjoy a little cookie on the balcony. It can help you avoid room service fees, because so many of the cruise lines are now starting to charge a service fee for room service. And you could even grab, especially for the kiddos, grab some prepackaged milks or juices at breakfast time and store those in the fridge. And I just think we stumbled across this idea. I think it's a great idea. Number 8, watch the prices. Now look, after you've booked your cruise, especially if you've booked it well in advance, before you have that final payment date, sometimes there's price drops or special offers pop up, and you can often rebook and save money, maybe get more onboard credit, a better cabin, or maybe there's some other perks. But pay attention, because you might not be able to combine your old offer with your new one. You're like, hey, I got free drinks, and now you're giving $500 in credit and the casino. They're like, they're not going to do, but nonetheless, right. there's some deals that you can make.
We actually ran into this once. We tried to do that and realized we couldn't do it, and it was better to stay with our original. So,
that's right.
Like Ron said, maybe you have free drinks before, but now you have a lower price or more onboard credit, and you just have to decide what works best for you. What's the best deal? Yeah,
but you'll never know if you don't just continue to watch those prices.
Right. So number 9, luggage and storage. We always unpack everything as soon as our luggage arrives. Now. We always do this now. We store your empty luggage under the bed.
Yeah.
We learned this the hard way.
Yeah.
And so we try to set it up so that we can slide one of our bags, out to use for dirty clothes and not have everything strung all over the room. Because it's not a very big room. You guys know.
It's not a very big room. But we tend to be overpackers. Everybody always talks about, don't overpack. Well, we do.
We do.
We try to be smart about it, but we just, between camera stuff and everything else we want to take,
right.
we just do it. And we're not ashamed of it. But what we will do is, we'll take one of our pieces of luggage, and we'll actually kind of slide it under the bed and use it kind of as shoe storage, because both of us take more shoes than we probably need. We can slide that under the bed and kind of slide it out. It's our little shoe drawer. These cabins are small, and so you really want to take advantage of every little spot that you can. But just as a kind of an addition to this, when you get your luggage, as soon as you get it, like Melissa said, unpack everything, get it all settled in, because then this is your home for a week. Right. And it's just easier to enjoy it that way.
Yeah.
So number 10, ship transfers. So listen, sometimes buying the cruise ship transfer makes a lot of sense, and there are other times that maybe not so much. Now, they're often more expensive than a cab or an Uber, But that, again, that kind of depends. So you have to do your research. But it's occasionally simpler and cheaper even to rent a car.
Transfers can be handy, but we often prefer to go at our own schedule so that we're not having to be ready at a certain time or wait until a certain time.
Right.
And we often travel with groups of like 4 or 6, and renting a car can often be much cheaper than paying for all of those transfers.
Right. So, and you're getting on a coach bus when you're doing the transfers, and so then you're waiting for 40 or 50 or 60 people to get on board. So you're there, maybe you're tired or you're in a hurry to get to the ship, and so kind of do the math. I think it's worth doing the math because you could save money, and obviously you can go on your own schedule.
Well, there you have it. 10 tips that will help you with planning and enjoying your next cruise.
So let us know what you think. Do you do any of these? Do you do all of these? Maybe you've got a better tip. Let us know in the comments below. But hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.